Welcome back to another Saturday, live stream. I'm living in the past. Much like Susan is living in the future. Susan is here. I don't know if I guess it is tomorrow morning for her. Let's see who's here early and on time. Clarence, first in to the chat today, followed by Ken Beard. Let's see, Lowrider's here. I'm currently on a haul for BTT from Oulu, Finland to Elsen, Norway, which is 1,400 kilometers long. Just pausing for the stream. You know, you can still drive if you have something else to watch the stream on. Just saying. A lot of the folks do it. I think Susan's driving right now, actually, while she's watching. Lurch is here, and he is in the Discord with me to read your chat. Say hello, Lurch.
Lurch?
All I heard was Urch.
Oh, the stupid cut in. Hello, Lurch.
Oh, there he is. Let's see. It's time for some Alaska fun. It's actually going to be some Yukon fun. Actually, I'm sitting in Alaska at the moment. We're going to grab a load and go to the Yukon. Let's see. Postec TV is here. Through all this stuff here. Matt Walter is here. Let's see. Vigner is here. Mikey Doucette is here. Welcome back, Mikey. Thomas Berger is here. Matthew Walter, did I already? I did. No, Matthew Roth. Sorry. Matthew Roth is here. And Susan Arthur is here. Morning, Susan. I know it's early for you. Shorty is here. Lobo 1G is here. Sorry, my chat just jumped. I got to find my place again. And JJ Man 1982 is here. JJ, did you get your Trucky app working? If not, let us know. We can help you. Nightbot is here, so watch your P's and Q's. Turn off that caps lock key and don't spit out too many emojis, or Nightbot will get you. Let's see. Looking. Man, there's a lot of chat going on today. Tomcat1740 is here. Have I tried ATS and VR yet? No. I hear it's awesome, but I don't want to buy one of those at this time. Yeah. I kind of want to, but I don't. If that makes sense. So, did you see the latest video from AP 101 today about the newest update about the next chapter in the driving academy? I saw something about that earlier today. I think that's the one I watched. So the third part, I don't remember what it was called. JJ says, I have a question about my progress in the VTC. Not sure if I can ask it in here or save for Discord. Probably Discord. Yeah, just post it in the VTC chat. Let's see. 7:02 for Susan, 7:02 a.m. for Susan. Okay, let's get together in the Discord, JJ, man. All right, that's a lot of howdy do's. We got a lot of people in here already today. So let's do some shout outs. Okay, yeah, then I did see that, Vigner. That's the one. Isabella Hagloff, Rob Strecker, aka Lurch, Bedrock, our top ATS driver for February 2023. I don't think he's posted yet. He was answering in response to, did he get Trucky installed? Because I haven't been seeing any. No, none of his runs have been registering with Trucky. All of them on TrucksBook. Large Caliber Gaming has arrived. Welcome. Bill Welburn, Nicholas XXXN, Susan Arthur, our top Euro truck driver for December 2025, and our top driver of 2025 for both American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator. Captain Minnesota. Omega Trucking, our top ATS driver for January 2024. Trucker Kitty. Shorty. Reefer hauler for 34 months with a brief interruption of 4 weeks. Yeah, he was out of pocket for a little bit. Norwegian Trucker Nicholas. Big Al 2424, our top ATS driver for March 2025 and our top ATS driver for all of 2023. Tasmified Johnny Hansen, Lobo 1G, our top Euro truck driver for July 2025. Pugwash, our top Euro truck driver for April 2024. Phantom 6767, our top Euro truck driver for October 2024. Wim 55, our top ATS driver for March 2024. David Long, aka Shorty, our top ATS and Euro truck driver for September 2025. And Wolf Tank 71. All right, we'll get to some more in a little bit. Let's see. Don't worry, Mikey, you're back. That's what matters. Let's see. Let's get checking things out. If you were here for yesterday's live stream, you probably know where I am. This is where I parked at the end of the day, at the end of the stream. So, we are back in this same location. Isn't this beautiful? Right up over the hill there is the border or customs checkpoint to go into Canada, and specifically the Yukon, the province of Yukon, or Yukon territories. I don't know what to call it. Anyway, currently over here, we're in Alaska. So, let's look on the map. We're basically in Little Gold, and that's where the custom shack is. And actually, I've got a load booked already down here to Mud Creek Slide. We're going to go pick up some stuff. So let's just run down there. Oops. Let's just run down there real quick and get the load, and we'll talk about where we're going. And of course, I'm driving my Freightliner Cascadia today because that is the truck of the week for Trucky achievements. And I'm pulling my drop deck trailer. And I've got my Z-Mods DD60 Detroit Diesel 60 12.7 liter engine, the DDEC2. Got a nice sounding Jake brake on it. Reminds me of when I was a teenager and the logging trucks used to come down the hill or come into town on the highway that came in from the hills. As a matter of fact, it's the same kind of places as that logging camp just outside of Bellingham in the game. Same general area.
Large Caliber Gaming says new minor cams and outside mirrors. I've actually seen one of those new mirrors on a truck in real life yesterday. Did not like it.
Yeah, it's new. I mean, I think it's... I don't remember if I have using a mod for this truck or what. I think this came with this 5th generation Cascadia.
Lowrider says it's still weird for me as a German to see camera mirrors and conventional mirrors combined on one truck.
Yeah, well, they're doing it baby steps. Things like that tend to move a little slower here in the U.S. Adoption will come slowly, or has been coming slowly.
Pilot Pro says the US DOT doesn't trust only cameras yet.
Yep. And I'm kind of there with them.
Mikey Doucette says the Yukon is a territory.
Well, it's a province of Canada. It's referred to as the Yukon Territory. But it's a province in Canada, just like British Columbia or Manitoba. Although, go ahead.
Vigner says, I don't like it either first when it came out, but I've gotten used to it.
Yeah. Well, I guess I should defer definition of Yukon to people who actually live in Canada.
Large Caliber says the truck I seen yesterday was camera mirrors only.
I wouldn't have thought that would be allowed just yet. But maybe it's moving a little quicker than I thought, or maybe I'm just not paying attention, which is very much likely the case. Wow, we're back to civilization with paved roads and everything.
He adds, I wouldn't want that monitor where it is if I was still driving.
It is a little disconcerting. It takes some getting used to. I would want it moved over a little bit more to the left.
Pilot Rose says, I think the Peterbilts and Kenworth camera mirrors are the best way to go, just small physical mirrors as backup.
Market. Yes, we are picking up some mobile air compressors. Gonna take them to Haines Junction, Yukon Territory.
Adam is back.
Yeah. Welcome back, Adam. Where are we going for this thing? Okay, right there.
JJ Man says, I'm glad you can run with those mirror cameras on each side of the windshield like that. They confuse me. Large Caliber says, and in typical electronic fashion, what do you do when they break? Hang your phone out the window?
That's what the regular physical mirror is for, as a backup. But I'm going to defer to folks in Europe who've experienced that, because it's a thing. We've had that discussion before, and I don't remember. I think the answer is you just have to Get it serviced right away. It can be a reason to shut you down.
Adam says the White Horse is just east of Haines Junction.
I was reviewing job reports a little while ago, and I saw that somebody had, I don't remember who it was, run a load into and then back out of White Horse. Hey, that's annoying. Too many beeps. Now, I've really come to appreciate that mirror to the right, up in the center of the windshield monitor, and that's basically the mirror that would be right here at the top center of the door. It looks straight down the right side. So if you look at it, you can see the steps leading up into the cab. It's a little easier to see right there. All right, let's get this thing loaded. So we're going down here, Haines Junction. But we're just going to go down the Alcan Highway. I do need to stop and get fuel. Oh, let me drop that pin there as a reminder. About the other way. Ooh, let's go there instead. $73 miles. I can make that. So why don't I see White Horse on here? Just east of Haines Junction, that'd be this way, but I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see White Horse. Interesting. So maybe the person who's ran that load into and out of White Horse must be doing a different map mod than this. Must be it. Okay. Oh, before I get started, let's do some more shout outs. Trucking Through Video, Nick. Trucking Through Video, isn't that you, JJ Man? That confuses me. You got JJ Man for your tag here, and ATM. I already forgot what it was in Discord, and Trucking Through Video on YouTube. David H74, RD04 Dave, our top HES driver for March 2023. Troken, Douglas Williams, JC Drives, our top Euro truck driver for March 2025. Thomas Berger, Lee01 Mister, Lee Jenkins, Jennifer Roth, Pancake Man. We'll do some more in a little bit. Animania, that's probably it. Charles Payne, welcome to the stream. Yeah, Mikey, I follow you. That I've always known it as the Yukon Territory, but I guess I assume that it is actually a province that historically was named Yukon Territory. Not to be not to be confused like me with an actual territory. Like Virgin Islands is a U.S. territory because it's not a state. So I think it's still just referred to Yukon territories, but I think it's a province. But I would love to know if it actually is. Moving on, Charles Payne, I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. Brenton Doherty is here. Welcome. We also have the Northwest Territories and Nunavut. Okay. Yes, that's me. I changed it on YouTube because everyone kept adding the man part when addressing me instead of just JJ, but I it shows for me as the old YouTube name, so I didn't know if it changed. So the reason why it's still showing up as JJ Man in here is because of some weird glitch with YouTube during live chats right now. I don't know why. It's really annoying. That's nothing about you. That's about YouTube. So we've got overall 245 miles to make this delivery in Haines Junction after and we'll be doing a fuel stop along the way. So let's get rolling. Are those big rocks? Or are they chunks of ice floating in the whatever that is?
Large Caliber says, I was kind of bummed that the VTC doesn't run coast to coast in Canada. I was looking forward to running with people. Guess it's hard on a server?
No, it's hard on people to organize all those maps. So we try to keep the server as simple as we can. Every once in a while we'll do something special like Alaska, which I'm doing at the moment. We have done coast to coast on the server in the past, but it's kind of a hassle for some people. We try to keep things simple on the server, especially because we got a lot of new people in here. But like I said, every once in a while we'll do some special event. But as a community, a lot of us have lost interest in coast to coast because we value the quality of the scenery in base game, Pro Mods Canada, and the Alaska map mod. I've never seen Canamania, but coast to coast, which I have run, it's been about 3 years since I've run it. It was just a lot of blah, cookie cutter stuff.
Yeah.
So I lost interest in it.
JJ says, I've had this YouTube name for years and didn't think to use the same name for Discord. Sorry for the confusion.
Well, you used JJ Man in the Discord for years. Until recently you changed it. There's that looks like a hidden road. I was going to try and hit that. And that's fine that you changed it. And you synced up with TrucksBook and Trucky. It's just confusing me in here.
Vigner says, well, Coast to Coast could break pretty soon because of the Illinois DLC.
Well, everything's going to break as soon as 158 comes out.
Back, he had to go check his mail.
Oh. Copy. Let's see, what do we got here? Mobile air compressors. Don't weigh that much. We got 15,000 pounds of weight on the back.
Large Caliber Gaming asks, who is narrating the stream? And Vigner answers, it's Lurch.
He's not narrating the stream. He's reading chat. Yeah, that's Lurch. He reads the chat and almost every week. Not too terribly active in Discord, hint hint, but he does stuff.
A figment of your imagination.
Ah. Northway Junction. So that's kind of new here.
Arch Caliber says, I've been driving the game like we used to log 10 hours, then rest. Is that the length we can get out of rest before it goes tired?
I missed that last part, but my Jake breaks kind of loud. Can you read that one again, please?
I've been driving the game like we used to, log 10 hours, then rest. Is that the length we can get out of rest before it goes tired?
14 hours. It doesn't accurately mimic the DOT regulations. If it did, we'd of course have to take a 30-minute break within the first 8 hours, or every 8 hours. And it doesn't limit your driving to 11 hours like it would in real life. So it only uses the duty day clock in the game. So I usually plan when I'm route planning for a drive, multi-day drive. After I pick up the load, or as I'm ready to start the day, I'll actually plan my next rest break out about 11 to 12 hours, assuming I still have something close to 14 hours left on my clock.
Mikey says, for the life of me, I can't remember where Yellowknife is.
Yeah, I don't either. Let's see if it's on the map. I don't think it is. Yeah. Northwest Territory.
Clarence says, my dad used to haul flatbed before boxcar trailer. Says Northwest Territory. JJ Man is a little annoyed with himself. He's not had very many violations or mishaps in the game in quite a while. I joined the VTC where everything is documented, and I've had several in the last few days.
Yeah, including a couple of runs with race miles. I was going to mention, one way to avoid race miles is don't push your driving up to 80 miles an hour, even though the speed limit is 80. It only takes a moment of gaining a little extra speed going down a hill or something to get race miles. TrucksBook is notorious for its unforgivingness.
Vigner says that We would also have to take 34-hour reset to reset the 70-hour clock.
Well, actually, you're kind of right, but you don't have to. If you manage your time, which I did when I was driving, I drove 7 days a week for weeks on end. But I would manage my daily time so that I was always have enough time coming back after 8 days. Welcome to Canada.
Arch Caliber says, when I drove, it was 10 driving, 8 sleeper berth. Then I think it went to 10 and 10, which I hated, because I can't sleep for 8 hours, let alone 10.
Right. Yeah, and then it went 14-hour duty clock, and with 11-hour driving time, and you had to take a 30-minute break within the first 8 hours. But if you took it too early, you'd have to take it again.
Peter says he sets the cruise at 75 max.
Yeah, just keep it inside the speed limit, or below the speed limit, at or below.
Lowrider doesn't do hardcore because he don't care about race miles.
Well, if you want to be part of our VTC, you better, or you won't be part of it for long. Race miles are bad. So now we got measuring things in kilometers per hour.
Mikey says, every time I hear race miles, I think of Formula One.
So, as the rules state for the VTC, we follow all traffic laws, including speed limits, within reason. I mean, you know, sometimes things happen. But, yeah, speeding's no bueno.
He adds, I mostly do World Trucks jobs, so I'm limited to the 65 mile an hour.
Yep.
Anyway.
But if you did if you drove 65 in California, you'd get lots of speeding violations. But if you're not doing hardcore, that may not show up. I want to emphasize hardcore more and more because it's actually in line with our philosophy.
Rich Caliber says you can eliminate the overspeed in the settings by making it where there's a zero tolerance on a cruise.
Yeah. But it can still give you race miles if you set your cruise control to 80. Because you can still drift over 80 if you go down a downslope. It takes a little bit. First of all, you have to have either the retarder or the auto engine brake set, so it will limit you once you go over that.
Adam is in Sweden going to Copenhagen hauling ice cream.
I need to get back over to Euro Truck and drive a little bit, but I'm so focused on American Truck right now. As a community, Jordy, you're right. Going to Yukon, you're gonna need lots of coffee. I have got lots of coffee right here. Thank you, Shorty. Let me just pour a little bit more in my cup.
Finger said, that's true. It's happened to me a few times.
Yeah, it almost happened to me once in Euro truck. Because I was cruising at 90 because I was in an area where the speed limit was 90. And I had cruise control on and not paying attention. And I started going down a hill that I didn't even realize I was doing. And all of a sudden I started getting alerts because I have alerts set at different points to keep me from hitting race miles. And
me alerts.
yeah, I have lurch alerts. So they started going off, and it's a good thing they did because I was drifting up awfully close to 100 kilometers without realizing it.
Adam says, when going down hills, I set my cruise to 60 depending on the speed limit. Like he went 90 going down a steep hill. Writer says, hardcore's a Trucky thing, right? I have TrucksBook app installed and configured. Need I go Trucky?
Yes, Trucky or hardcore is something on Trucky, but as a VTC, if you look at the rules for the VTC, it says we drive following all of the traffic laws, and that includes speed limits. So, and I monitor job reports, and when I see someone getting, usually if someone's brand new and they get a race, get race miles on their first run, I often say something, point it out to them, and how to avoid it. I didn't do that with JJ because I was busy with something else. But if you consistently have race miles, then I'm going to call you out for that, because that's not okay. TrucksBook will track race miles in a second. You could be going 80 and then go down a little decline and then boof, race miles.
Says, I can't wait to go to British Columbia when SCS releases their DLC.
Yeah.
Adam says to Mikey, hope you have a retarder. 90 is way over the limit on most highways for any truck.
Not in Euro truck. In Euro truck, most speed limits are 80 kilometers an hour, and a few of them are 90. There's even some that are 100. But 100 kilometers an hour is only, that's what it is here right now. Speed limit right here is 100, which is 62 miles an hour. Haines Junction.
JJ says, Boomer, I promise I'm not trying to break the rules, I'm just learning. Hope I don't get kicked out.
No, I know you are.
rider ads, I always try to follow speed limits and general rules and avoid speeding. I think I checked out. I'll think I'd check out Trucky soon. I thought picking either was enough.
It is. I got it. I haven't said anything publicly yet, but I'm really disappointed with TrucksBook. We're having a lot of issues, loads that don't register for different people, all kinds of different issues. And TrucksBook has always been our primary method of tracking everything. But I'm really second guessing that right now. Now, with that said, we are kicking butt in American Truck Simulator on TrucksBook right now. We are really close to hitting 12th place, which is just amazing.
Thor is here.
Thor!
E-Hook says I used to set the cruise at 77 to give me a cushion. Worked great for me.
Yes, I would recommend that. In American Truck, I actually have alarms that start to go off at 76 or 77. Now, there are a few places with 80-mile-an-hour speed limits, so you got to just watch out for that.
Clarence says, awesome, Boomer, congratulations.
What's that?
Says, awesome, congratulations.
Oh, on what?
About how we're doing in the competitions.
Well, congratulations to everybody who's contributing to that.
Vigner says only 46,701 miles to 11th place on TrucksBook.
How many to 12th? By the way, everyone, that's a moving target because those other guys are not sitting still. Not only do we have to keep our own miles up so someone behind us doesn't catch up, we got to add more miles to catch up to the people ahead of us. I know that, Vigner, but how many miles?
Alabro says just dropped 2,400 miles in.
Wow. That's got to put us really close to 12th.
As Vigner says, we are in 12th.
Oh. I'm sorry. I read that.
Our pilot said that too.
I read that and I'm thinking that's where we were. Wow. Damn, pilot. Good job. Well, 2,400 miles. Wow. That reminds me, we're also trying to contribute to the Cruising Louisiana event. And last I looked, I'm sure it's better, but we're probably only got about 20 million miles yet to do. And they all have to be World of Trucks loads. Okay, so we've gone from Little Gold down here to Haynes Junction. What else we got? Can't do those. Can't do World of Trucks loads up here. So we can go to Northway Junction. We can go Nenana, like Neener. That's up by Fairbanks. Pentacon. Oh, that's right. I saw a load before going to. There's one to Spokane, and there was another one to Astoria, Oregon. So I really do want to take this long drive down the road connection through British Columbia. Yeah, not this one, 3,800. Wait, pilot. I was using a speed limiter, but that came to an end. What? What does that mean, pilot? You were using a speed limiter, but that came to an end. Did you move back into third place, pilot? Let me back. So I'm losing track of what I'm doing here. Modded speed limiters are against hardcore rules. Ah. Right. That's 1,500 miles. We got Revelstoke. 1846 Spokane. You know what? I haven't been to Revelstoke yet. Over 1,500 miles. What do you say? Do we drive down there? Or should we go back and forth up here? I'll do a few more shout outs while you guys. Well, which is it? Large caliber or caliber? Revelstoke or back and forth? Ken Beard, Wet Willie Gaming, Grumpy Gruntpaw Gaming, Bogdan BD, Road Trip Nerd, Ryan, Ken Maselman, Herbert Harris, Wiz Nation, our top ATS driver for October 2025. Okay, he's voting for Revel. I could have put up a poll, huh? John Whitesall, Trucker John, our top ATS driver for August 2025. DJ Yates, Muhammad Helmi. Oh, you've never seen this mod? Oh, it's pretty drive. Casual Gaming World, Amanda Diaz, Andrew Stauber, DQ, and there's Treasure. Jared the Best, Rosemary C, Rob Fay, Jaffo729, Pixel Raid, Brett Brady, Large Caliber Gaming, and Gnarled Bones. That is all of the shout outs. So just so you know, this will have the stream go long today. So if you're okay with that, I'm okay with that. As long as I can scratch my back. Yeah, let's go to Revelstoke. So since you're not familiar with this caliber, of course, the Alaska map mod, let me just go to the world map. The Alaska map mod includes everything from basically it's Little Gold, Northway Junction, the Alcan border area, and Beaver Creek Airstrip. That's all part of the Alaska map mod. Then there's the Road Connector mod that connects the Alaska map mod to ProMods Canada, which is here. So this drive, this one road drive, is a particular mod. Keyhook. Welcome to the stream. The long way home. Yes. Okay, let's do it then. Back to the cargo market. Revelstoke. 1,546 miles. Let's do it. Ooh, I am getting low on time too on my daily clock. 5 hours. Where are we going to pick this up? Is it here? Must be here. You know what? I suspect they'll be picking up in that same spot. I could be wrong. No sense having to back into that again if I don't have to. We'll see what happens. I was wrong.
Not too far off, though. It's almost straight back.
Yeah, but I can't back up to it. I have to go out and come back around.
The hill and that mound of dirt in the way.
Yep.
Clarence says at least you don't have to go far for it.
Well, to be fair, I was hoping I would be picking it up in the same spot I delivered at. That's why I disconnected my trailer.
Here says if that pile wouldn't have been there, it would have been a straight back.
Well, they put that there on purpose to force you to have to back into that challenging spot. Otherwise, I could have drove straight in when I was delivering. Well, I wasn't going to try and back up to it, but maybe I will. I don't think I can, actually. Let's see.
Pilot says, well, I'll have to drive again later. Clarence says there's only 18 likes. Go ahead and make Boomer's day. Hit that thumbs up.
And that's how you rip off the bottom fairing of your bumper. Not to mention all the nails in your tires at a job site like this. When I say nails, I'm talking like roofing tacks.
Lowrider says, are you driving with fines on or off in the VTC? I haven't
On.
set to off. He has it set to off because he's tired of being fined for the dumb AI who cannot merge or slam in the back of my trailer.
Yeah, that's annoying as heck. Well, it's kind of a personal thing. You don't have to. We don't really dictate your settings, but if you're going to do hardcore, then yes. I mean, we have folks in the VTC that don't do all that stuff, but we try to emphasize driving realistically. Even though I'm doing my backing up from outside the cab like I am. If the problem is that the reason why I came to this outside view is I couldn't hear lurch. Every time I look to the back, it's too loud to hear lurch. Um, let's see. And 1546. How far to this stop? 5 hours. Don't think we can make that. Nope. 5 hours, 10 minutes. Not likely going to make that. Well, let's see. I could hit this rest area here, this sleep trigger. I don't need fuel, I'm pretty sure. I could speed all the way there. Problem is, I could kill my hardcore if I get tagged for speeding too much. So let me catch up on this chat here. Yeah, Caliber. I've been hit a few times, unfortunately, because AI just sucks. Okay, whatever. I'll get back to driving. I'm going to shoot for that rest area. I may wind up going over my clock a little bit, but there's a good chance there's no cops here to catch me. After I just lecture everybody about following the rules. Well, let's see how much time is on this load. 74 hours. You know what? I'll go ahead and I'll go over here to the sleep trigger.
It says you can safely do 2 over the speed limit.
Yeah. I was thinking about doing a little bit more than that. I'd rather not. But getting back to this discussion with Caliber and the hours and everything in game, one of the things that I don't like about cargo market and freight market loads is that you don't have a lot of leeway on the time, and that it doesn't factor in a 24-hour duty day. Is it here? So, whereas in World of Trucks, I'll advance the clock to like 10 p.m., but in a non-World of Trucks load, I try not to advance the clock unless I know I have lots of time. Now it's late, so it's not a problem now. But as we progressively make progress, it's going to get the day-night cycle is going to get messed up.
It says you can push 3, but if you hit 3.11, you go into speeding. And Mikey says rules are meant to be bent at times.
But it's not just about the 3. I mean, there's another piece of that puzzle. And if you do that speeding for, I believe it's more than 10% of your entire run, then you're going to get dinged for speeding by Trucky. And that's completely separate. That's completely separate from speeding violations, you know, from speed cameras or cops or anything like that. This is strictly the telemetry in the game from Trucky.
JJ asks, when you back up outside the cab, is it documented in the apps?
No. Not that I'm aware of, anyway.
Elliot adds, that's why I'm sharing what I'm sharing. 2 over doesn't hurt at all.
No.
Large Caliber says you're either left-handed or your camera's flipped because you're shifting with your left hand.
Camera's flipped. Started doing that a long time ago at someone's recommendation. Because otherwise I'd be looking that away all the time. Instead of looking like I am now. That's why the BTT on my cap is spelled backwards. Alex Roska, welcome to the stream.
He says, have you tested Western and Eastern Canada maps too, together with Beyond?
Nope, never. I've never done any Canada maps other than Pro Mods.
Vigner said the only issue is if a cop sees you 1 over, it's an instant ticket in the game. It's happened to me a few times.
It shouldn't with a cop. There should be an allowance of 10%. But I've been nailed by speed cameras in Europe. They're going 1 over. But cops are supposed to give you a 10% allowance. $90. Just got up to 100.
Mikey says, why is the fatigue sim 13 hours 50 minutes in ATS?
It's 14 hours, but by the time you look at it, because time moves like pretty fast in the game. Like 19 or 20 times real speed. So by the time you get done sleeping and you look at hit your F6 key, what is going on with these speed limits?
Clarence says, nice color combo with your truck and trailer.
Thank you. Well, I like the blue. And this is a similar blue as my real life truck. But this is our VTC custom skins on the truck. The trailer's just painted to be close to the same as the truck. Why is it 43? Which is 70 kilometers an hour. And then up here, we're going to get back up to 100. Thanks for the coffee, Shorty.
Lowrider says, what weird speed limit is 56 or 43 that you're in right now?
56 is 90 kilometers an hour. So we're in Canada, so the speed limits are in kilometers per hour, and the game just converts it. So right now, the speed limit is 100 kilometers an hour, which is 62 miles an hour.
Says not fuel friendly, slowing down and speeding up again.
No, it's not. At least we don't have a super heavy load. It's 35,000 pounds. I did a heavy haul recently. I've done a few heavy hauls recently, but having to slow down for stop signs and red lights and stuff a lot really eats into your fuel economy. I did have a 5-star run recently, but I would have had another one if it hadn't been for all that.
Arch Caliber says, when I get fully into the VTC, do I have to run the VTC colors?
No. You're not required to. Be nice if you did, but it's not required. Besides, the blue that you see on my truck, you can change that color. Show you what I mean. Let me turn up the light here. The black is fixed. Black along the bottom and all the other things like the Trucknado logo. Oops, wrong direction. Trucknado logo, and then the black cap. That's fixed. But the blue area, you can make that any color you like. So, I mean, if you choose to apply our custom trucks mods, custom truck and trailer skin mods, you can make them any color you like. Except for the black area. Same thing on the box trailers and drive in and reefer. We have the black trim, and we have the branding stuff. But the area which would be blue for me, you can make any color you like.
He says,
Did that intentionally so people can customize their own trucks and trailers.
He says, so I can run the orange theme I'm going with. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Mikey loves his black W900 with the turbo wing.
Yeah, I don't need that. So I can just turn on that. Because there's no turns on this road until we get to Promots Canada area. Speaking of which, I didn't drop a pin on somewhere, so we got 11 hours left. We don't need to stop here anymore. Gonna make it that far. Yeah, we're just gonna have to stop here. That's only 7 hours out. Got plenty of fuel. So we're still in the flatlands here with all the trees and stuff. But we're gonna get into the mountains. Well, we'll drive through in a valley between the mountains. It's gonna be nice. So do you guys know that this road was built during World War II as a way to ship stuff up between the continental United States and Alaska, because Alaska was invaded by the Japanese army? So this was quite an achievement to build this road in the 1940s. Long way. Easily over 1,000 miles. There's been a few interesting documentaries about that. We're going to catch up to some traffic.
Thomas Berger says, could you put the Swifty counter in the lower bottom right corner? It's a little distracting in the middle where it is.
I could. The problem, I think, was I mean, I can't do it right now because I have to access OBS. I'm driving. But I guess I could try it. Yeah, where it is now was a compromise from where it was before. I could turn it off. I'm not going to have any Swifties.
Developer says it would block the route advisor in the cab. Matthew Walter is wondering if there's going to be a Discord convoy in the ATS tomorrow.
Yes, there is. Still looking to see if we can break our record of 15 people on the server.
Says, I can only imagine that there was some kind of heck back there to build that road.
Kind of what?
Well, it says hell, but...
Oh. Yeah, it was a big project because there's a lot of permafrost up here. And in the summer, a lot of it's just boggy marsh.
Large Caliber says, didn't we beat 15 last Sunday? I thought we did.
No, we only got up to 14. Which is still impressive.
Was responding to something from or tagged Thor for something, but I don't. Going back, I don't see what Thor might have said.
I didn't see anything.
telling Thor it's what pulls oil out of the ground. You'll see them scattered all over Texas in areas where there is oil.
That sounds like Derek's. Or the pump jack.
Pilot says, oh, now you're talking. New Cat C16 engine is releasing soon from Zmod.
Really? You get an email?
Parents asks, what's your recommendation for a trailer for a beginner?
A box trailer, reefer trailer, flatbed. Doesn't really matter. I don't have an email from Zmods.
It says, I'm in his Discord. People noticed the site was updated.
Ah. Clearing dots, are you? I was looking at something here. Oh, I was just checking. Yeah, pilot, you're still in fourth. Wow, even after that run. We've got some pretty hard chargers up there in the top three. Mugwash, Jaffo, and Banff. I am right on Willie's tail. I'm still in 11th.
We're just trying to catch up. It says, dang it, you're beating me.
Seem to be catching up to these guys in front of me for some reason. I'm actually driving a little below the speed limit. Nugget City.
Jordy says if I make top 10, I feel good about that in both games.
Yep. I've never done that. I struggle to make top 10 just in one. Oh, there's a scale here, right? Huh. I got a green. Oh, turning. Missed that by not being in the cab. Or almost did.
Well, it's going for top 5, but my competition is fierce and my free time is limited.
That's a fact. Welcome to British Columbia. We've left the Yukon.
Clarence says his personal rating of your truck and trailer combo is 10 out of 10.
Thank you. Well, I like blue. Should start getting into the mountains soon. Oh, what's up with these speed limits? Turn that back on because I can't keep track of what the speed limit is.
Like he says, hope you're doing well.
Yeah. Thank you. And here we go back to 100. You know, while I've been driving through here, I keep thinking about, I mean, there's like 1,000 miles of wilderness or something. Oh, geez, speed limit again. And I think about all of the animals that must live up here without people around. And I think that's a good thing. Yeah, the trees are changing. They're become more of a slightly different type. right, I see a sleep trigger coming up. I need to check the map and see how we're doing. Okay, so there's our sleep trigger there. So this must be British Columbia Highway 37, or province or provincial highway. And this is probably a national highway, 16. Wow. You know, there's a drive similar to this in the U.S., Highway 101 in Washington. Out on the Pacific coast. Jade City.
Lowrider says, the bar at the top of your screen, is that permanent or optional when I install Trucky? If permanent, that would be a no-go for me.
It's optional. That's the Trucky overlay. And by default, mine it does not even up there. I think it's at the bottom. But you have to turn it on if you even want it. It's enabled or disabled in the options. I like it. I've come to appreciate it. You can also turn it off in game.
This pilot said by default it'll turn on, but you can turn it off in the options if you don't want to see it.
Yeah. Plus, you can change the color, the background color of it, the font color, the font size, what is displayed up there. Or at the bottom, or on the right side, or the left side. You can put it anywhere. There's even, for premium users, I think, there's a different configuration where you can move the pieces around. I've yet to do that. Why do I gotta change? I like it the way it is.
Mikey says, thank you for helping us to learn how to play ATS.
Well, you're welcome.
Lowrider says, the info you had on the bottom, I have on TPO.
I don't know what TPO is, but that's from the Route Advisor, and I use a mod listed in the description below that causes that information, which would normally show up on the right side where the map is currently. That's displayed on the bottom as a result of the Route Advisor mod that I'm using.
He misspelled top.
Oh.
So that's why he was asking about the overlay. Like he says, in Canada, the national highway is called the Trans-Canada Highway.
Well, there is, the Trans-Canada Highway is a national highway, but there are other national highways, just like in the U.S. It just depends on how they're signed. Like this one is Provincial Highway 37, or I think it was. If you look at a map, you can see that it uses this icon, which I believe is the British Columbia provincial signage. And this one, I believe, is a national highway. But there is a transnational highway. I think it's Highway 1 that goes all the way across southern Canada, or most of it anyway. There are national highways, and there are provincial highways, and then there are, I don't know if you guys have counties up there, but in the U.S. we have a national highway. It's called the Interstate Freeway System, but there's also the U.S. highways, which preceded the Interstate Freeway System. Those are national highways, and they're signed accordingly. Then there are state highways, county highways or county roads, and then city streets. Like that in Europe too. I had my road atlas at hand. I could look that up while I stop this rest break up here. Well, that was kind of rough. Gee, I wonder where that goes. Probably nowhere. We still have 21 hours of driving, not including delays or detours. No detours available.
It says we're back to 13th.
Well, I'm going to do my part with this 1,500 mile run. So we got 21 hours. How much time do we have on the load? 54. I was just thinking if I should advance the clock at all. Oh, there's a lot of traffic coming here. I really want to drive down that road, but I'm going to resist the urge.
Lowrider says the need to go now. See you all next week.
All right, Lowrider. Thanks for hanging out with us. I want to see the mountains. We're not going to see mountains very much this way. This is the kind of bridge that gives me the willies in real life. Drive over them and you can see through it. Yeah.
The tires sink differently going over them.
Yeah. There's a bridge like that in northern Washington on Highway 20. It's there in real life too. Always gave me the willies when I drove over it.
Mikey says the information sharing is why I love this channel.
Well, good. We do that, a lot of that in the Discord too. need to plan on my next stop. 13 hours, so about 12 hours out. Also going to want to get fuel when I make that stop. That's only 6.5. Man. Oh, that's a ways. 633 miles. Can I make that with my fuel? Maybe.
Pilot says you can do it.
One way or another, I can do it. Even if I have to fly there. It is really dark out.
Vigner says, let's find out together. And then Pilot Bro adds, fuel says over 800 miles.
Yeah, I don't trust that.
Clarence says, you've got this load in the bag, Boomer.
I got the load in the bag, but I'm worried about making it to the next fuel stop. It is really dark out here. And I'm using a mod called Brighter Nights, which is why I can see the sides of the road so well. But once you get out a little ways, it is pitch black. Getting pretty good fuel economy. It's over 6 miles per gallon currently.
Bill Welburn says, look like our good old tool truck. Really old school.
It's like we were doing good old school truck, old school truck. Well, it's not that old. It's a Freightliner Cascadia, the newest version. Welcome to the stream, Bill. Should start seeing light soon. It's almost 5 a.m. Pouring some coffee while I'm driving, hoping I don't wreck. You don't want to run off the road out here in the wilderness. Plus, I'm catching up to this guy in front of me for some reason. Pickup truck. Ooh.
Bill says y'all have a good day. I have to go to work.
Well, thanks for dropping by. Hope you left a like on your way out the door. This guy's on my nerves. I really want to pass him, but I can't see far enough ahead. Dude, why are you doing 55 and a 62? Or should I say, why are you going 90 in a 100 zone? It's already after 6 a.m. and the sky's just barely lightening up. I want to make sure we can see these mountains. I don't know if we're in the mountains yet. It's getting lighter.
says the likes are up to 33.
Good deal. Now on a drive like this, I would have a podcast or audiobook running, and the miles would just melt away, and I'd be able to enjoy the scenery the whole time while I'm listening to something that entertains my brain or keeps it engaged.
Mikey got himself and 5 other drivers in his company as far as offline play.
In his solo game.
He adds the air horn should work for slower traffic.
I doubt it.
Jay says he went from an 80-mile finish to a detour of 124 miles just now. Works my nerves.
Yeah, I hate those detours. I really hate detours. But they are a part of the game if you're playing realistically. Because it happens in real life, I guarantee it. I guess I haven't had a whole lot of detours. I have had some. But at least as many times I've had occasions where I'm just shut down. You can't move. There's no way you can move if there's an accident, like right on the freeway up ahead, or next to the freeway, and there's emergency vehicles up there. You just shut down. I've been in situations like that where I'm stopped for 4 to 6 hours. One time in, I think it was Tennessee, I was stopped because there was an incident and the emergency vehicles were blocking the road. And at some point along the way, I fell asleep sitting in my seat. Next thing I know, people are blowing their horns at me. Traffic in front of me is cleared out. So yeah.
Bro says I haven't seen a detour in months.
In the game? Jeez, I don't get them every time because I think it's set to either 10 or 20%. Speaking of emergency vehicles,
100.
That's insane. But I get them every few runs.
He also said winter here in Canada is like that in the evening and the morning. Pilot says driving private convoy or on a server.
Do we not get detours then? The trade-off would be fewer miles. Not because of the detour, but because of the way that the game calculates multiplayer mode.
Yeah, he says correct. That's the trade-off.
We are starting to get low on fuel. Let me see. How are we doing? Oh, look at there. Fuel stop. 6 hours to rest break. Yep, made it with plenty of fuel to spare. What happened to that pickup truck? Oh, he's way up there. Well, this is kind of a weird fuel stop.
He says, I don't play ATS online. It works for me.
Let me check how we're doing on time here. We got 38 hours to make this delivery. And we've got 14 hours of driving. Well, let's just keep unplugging. Because I could have stopped there to sleep, but that would have get up in the evening, and it would be getting dark again. I still haven't seen the mountains yet. I thought we'd be driving through mountains here. So now that we're not stuck behind that guy, I'll drive at 62 now. So they must have changed the scenery here, because I remember driving in between mountain ranges most of this route.
Jay asks, what do I do if I detour and it eventually brings me back to the same traffic congestion? Do I just keep detouring over and over?
No, because the cause of the detour won't go away by itself. So what you do is when you get a detour like that, after you turn off on the detour, go to your map and look and see if you need to reroute yourself to avoid that again. You might have to take a different way completely. But as the driver, you have to map out your route and not just trust the GPS or follow the GPS. GPS doesn't know there's a detour there. It just it just recalculates the best route based on what it knows. Or as pilot said, manually find a new route.
Or just pull into the next truck stop and take the 10-hour rest stop. It clears the traffic.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily. But what we'll do is if you back out of the game to the title screen and come back in, it would probably be clear. I think. It does that for traffic jams. Or hop on a server, or go into multiplayer mode on your own. See how far behind we are on TrucksBook.
It says as or just dev over it. Wait, not that one. Don't do that one.
Yeah, don't do that. First of all, you can't do that if you have a World of Trucks load. Secondly, if you're trying to do hardcore, it will negate your hardcore. But I've been known to do that in an emergency. Not because of detours, though. Missed turns. So we're only a couple, less than 200 miles behind 12th place. Trust there are other people driving besides me.
Here it says we're 143 miles behind 12th place.
So my 1,500 mile run should help. Still have 567 miles to go.
Susan says, yes, I am. It says, I'm trying to finish a load before I get called to dinner. It says, doing doubles, I see, pilot. JJ adds, I am.
Good deal.
Pilot says, yep, in my Freightliner. Oh, he said freight shaker.
So our fuel economy is up to 6.6 miles per gallon. That's pretty good. So I'll get 5 stars for fuel economy, 5 stars for distance. Hopefully still 5 stars for fines and damage. But only 1 star for mass, I think.
But as John Ruda can't call it a Freightliner for copyright reasons. Igner saw what on Discord? JJ says I need to learn to fuel up instead of gambling.
Gotta watch your fuel, just like you gotta watch your clock. Part of being a truck driver. Managing your resources. Time is a resource, fuel is a resource. Maintenance on your truck is a resource. Or at least a thing to monitor.
Yeah, it's gambling with it. Done ran out of fuel 3 times.
Is that a red light? Holy moly. Alright, let's look at the maps as we're stopped. We've got 96 miles to go to our rest stop. 2-hour drive. Yeah, we're good.
Are you on the shoutouts?
Yeah, finish those.
Green.
It's gonna at something else too. Now I can't remember. Oh yeah. Look at something on Trucky.
Hey, Sound Fixes is here and says, "What's your destination?"
Hey, Sound Fixes. Headed for Revelstoke from Haines Junction, Yukon. 1,500-mile run. Got less than 500 miles to go.
Like Mikey's heading out. He says, "Good night, everybody."
Night, Mikey.
Alan says, "Another log one. What's gotten into you?"
Oh. Me? I didn't drive at all yesterday. I don't think. Oh no, well actually, yes I did. My bad. I did a live stream yesterday and I drove. I remember now. It's all coming back to me.
Sound Fixes says, "Nice. I enjoyed the scenery in Revelstoke."
I have yet to get there. This will be my first time in Revelstoke.
One time had a load to Seattle on his phone game Truck Simulator Pro USA. Missed one. Right before Sound Fixes got here, Vigner said, "Don't jinx it, boss." Wiz is her.
Hey, Wiz. You did a lot of driving last night after I logged off. All of a sudden. Well, you went from nothing to over 4,000 miles. Dang it. Just got a yawn.
Wash. He needs to pull you over for texting while driving or using your phone while driving.
Yeah, I'm just checking what the stars are for because I forgot. So you got a category for damage, distance, fines, fuel economy, and mass. So on this load, so far I got no issues with damage. Which could change if I don't pay attention. Category for distance, I should have 5 stars for that. So should have 5 stars for damage, 5 stars for distance, 5 stars for fines, 5 stars for fuel economy. The only thing that I won't have 5 stars for is mass. This load is 35,000 pounds. I think that'll get me 1 star.
Says I have a surprise. Almost done with it.
Is it miles? We need miles. We're really, really close to 12th place. We hit it for a while. And then those guys got busy again and passed us. Alright, here's our stop. Just in time, because we got red bed.
It says yes, it's 2048.
Nice. Man, this is a little tight. Not meant for trucks, I think. Well, taking out the scenery. Taking out the scenery and mess. I don't remember how that goes. Man.
At least it's not becoming the scenery.
Well, I tell you what, I may hit that tree. Which is okay as long as I don't hit that car. Crazy thing is I can actually hit that guy and it won't matter.
Jordy says the competition monitors us too, and it's fierce.
Yep. All right. Let's get that rest break. Oh, I should advance the clock. I think I have enough time. 21 hours. And I think this is the last driving day. We're going to miss out on all them, well, some of the mountains. It's 2 a.m. at the moment. So hopefully there's a bunch of mountains to drive that we're going to drive through over here. It's been quite the drive. All right, before I get back into that, I need to check something on my phone. Yep. So we're also struggling for hardcore points, so we're 9,000 behind Argy Bargy. We've been pretty close the last couple of days, but they keep pushing past us or pulling away from us. Yeah, we got within 5,000 at one point. Okay, back to driving. And it is really tight in here for a big old truck.
Treasure says, are Trucky and Trucky mods related? Want to give the Trucky mods ATS expansion a try, but want to make sure it has the Trucky blessing.
What am I doing here? Did I hit a bush? Trucky mods is just a way to get different mods that are not on Steam. I didn't swing wide enough. See a way to make this turn without cutting over the grass to the left of that tree. To my left. Now there is something, I am hitting something in here that I cannot see. It's just a bush.
AG-Man says, dang it, I really gambled and lost this time. I need to fuel, and unless I do some creative driving, the next fuel stop will add another 300 miles to my trip.
These trees are in my way. Fortunately, with this camera mod, I can zoom way out. Hey, this is kind of messed up. I'm never coming back to this rest area. If I can avoid it. Talk about swinging wide. There is something invisible there to my right. Oh, that's a tree. And I'm going to hit this one on my left, which is what I was afraid of. Meaning I'm just going to drag my trailer across it. I don't know why my Jake was on. Well, kids, I recommend you never come to this rest area with your big old truck. Oh, great. At least he stopped back far enough. That was not fun. Reminds me of a time. Cautions, incoming story. You got some chat to catch up on before I tell my story?
Yeah. Victor said there's no room for error in that rest area.
That's a fact.
And Clarence said, what if you're bobtailing?
Well, bobtailing would be a different story. You don't have a trailer. So this one time, somewhere in the Midwest, I don't remember where, what state, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, something. Probably Illinois. I pulled into this, making delivery at some company. I got there late at night, and I was going to park in their yard for the night. And, oh. That was a nasty curve. So it was dark, and it was you know, it was a small complex, a single level building, I think. It's the kind of place that had like offices out front and a warehouse in the back, and there were several of these businesses side by side in its building, and it had an entrance on each side. It's like some of the depots we go to in the game. Anyway, out front, they have some landscaping out front by the street. They have some landscaping, including some decorative boulders. And oh, there's another turn coming up, for crying out loud. All of a sudden, we got all these turns. I'm trying to tell a story. Anyway, it was a little tough to navigate into the place. You just had to swing really wide to get in. I mean, it was completely doable, but you had to be paying attention. And you could see where the occasional driver had run up on the curb, which is not unusual at a lot of these places. Anyway, didn't think anything of it. Navigated my way in, no problem. Didn't hit the curb or anything. And as I pull around to the back, I could see a lot of other trucks that were parked, just like I was planning to do. Well, here I am navigating my way through the middle of this big, sort of a big area. And is that a light? And I'm just, you know, trying to eyeball where am I going to park and navigating my way, getting set up for that. And all of a sudden I feel a ka-chunk. You know, I could definitely hear and feel that I've hit something in the middle of this open area. I'm like, what the heck? Stop the truck, I get out, and I always have a flashlight on me. I whip out my flashlight and I'm looking all around. I don't see anything, nothing in front of me. And, you know, I was in the midst of a turn when this happened. So the, you know, the truck and trailer are at an angle. I'm walking around the entire rig. And I happened to notice, I don't remember where, if it was off to the side towards the back of the trailer or behind the trailer, I saw some scuff marks in the asphalt, like something had been drug. And it, as I looked at it more and more, I could see that the trail of these scuff marks actually leads back towards the side and then out towards the front of the building. I'm like, what the heck? Anyway, so I'm looking around, and finally I look underneath my trailer, which can be a little difficult to do because I have the side wings. 150 mile house discovered. So I've got the, the side wings, like, because I'm pulling a dry van trailer, and I got the side wings. So I'm like, I don't see anything, but I noticed some scuff marks on my side wing on one side. So I move to a different part of the trailer, and I look underneath, and there's a boulder underneath my trailer. One of those decorative boulders. And about this time, one of the other drivers that was parked for the night gets out and walks over, and maybe there were two of them. And he tells me, he goes, yeah, you hit that boulder. I'm like, how did I hit a boulder? He goes, yeah, some other guy, and he pointed at some other truck that was parked in the area. He goes, yeah, he hit it, and he drug it from the front of the building. And when he turned, his trailer, because it was caught underneath his trailer, when he turned, it came loose of his trailer. And there it was, waiting for me. I had never encountered such a thing ever before. And so on the one hand, I was amazed that I didn't see it. On the other hand, I was angry that the guy that hit it didn't do something to move it. Of course, you couldn't move it. You need a forklift or something to move it, because it was a pretty good sized boulder. It was small enough to fit underneath the trailer, but big enough to get caught up in the substructure underneath the trailer, the frame. And that's what happened. See, those wings, the air wings on the side of the trailer, in front of the wheels, below the body of the trailer, those are flexible. And as I was coming in and turning, I hit it with that air dam, or whatever it's called, and it just folded under until the boulder got underneath my trailer, and then it flopped back out. That's why I saw the scuff marks on that. So here's this boulder stuck underneath my trailer. So I had to do some weird maneuvering to get it unstuck. It was a real pain in the neck. And of course, I couldn't move that boulder either, so it was still set there, waiting for the next victim. You just never know what's going to happen at some of these places when truck drivers are involved. I mean, who the heck is looking for a boulder in the middle of a parking area? I certainly wasn't. And of course, it was dark. There were a few lights on the buildings, but they don't light up the parking area.
Hey guys, any bets on if this guy coming in here is going to drag the boulder?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I'll place a $20 bet.
I think that's what they were doing. I think they were all like, yeah, wait, see if this guy hits it. They knew it was there, but they couldn't move it. So they were just playing a waiting game for the next guy to come along. Oh, look, we got mountains now. A little dark, though. 6:30-ish.
Clarence says the lights are up to 38.
Nice. Like to see that. If you're watching this on the replay, be sure to hit that like button. And if you like this kind of stuff and you're not already, please hit the subscribe. Easy for me to say with a mouthful of coffee. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on notifications of future videos and live streams. There's some snow on them thar hills. All right, I need to look at the map because I don't remember where I am. Okay, we're just north of ProMods Canada. Cache Creek is where we enter ProMods Canada. Okay. Look like a hidden road.
Says we're 47,522 miles away from 11th place on TrucksBook.
Does that mean we hit 12th again?
And Manny Oy is here. What's up?
What's up, Manny? We did hit 12th place. About 400 miles.
Clarence says after the stream, I'll go watch some more of your old videos.
Nice.
JXL ST20 says, hey fellas.
Welcome to the stream, JXL ST20.
Susan asks, how long do you have left?
217 miles, less than 15 minutes, hopefully. I'll call it at 15 minutes.
And he says, I'm getting invalid delivery on TrucksBook. Is it due to lane assist?
Shouldn't be. Oh, I think TrucksBook just added that recently. Pilot, if you're still here, Pilot can answer that question for Manny.
Victor says, yep, we're 404 miles above 13th. And Pilot just chimed in and says, yep, they just added a rule that you can no longer use the full aim assist. You can use the warning.
I would think that he said lane assist, because that's...
Yeah, that's what he meant. It says, oops, aim assist is something else.
Yeah, that's called radar. Pilot, bro. Radar. Help you aim better.
JXL says, unless you're aiming the truck at something in particular.
Well, I'm aiming to avoid hitting anything and get there on time. So there's that. Hey, Willie. So I believe now we're on the Trans-Canada Highway. Highway 1. I believe.
And he said, yeah, I was doing the Nordic Horizon DLC trip, so I thought of checking the TrucksBook page, and I noticed my previous Winterland deliveries were marked invalid instead of real.
Well, you know, in the Discord, you can check the job reports channel and look at your reports there. I didn't notice in there, though, that they were... I don't remember seeing anything about them being marked as invalid.
JD says I probably put 370 of those miles in just looking for fuel. I'll be right back. Need to hit the little trucker's room.
Need to be inside. That view is a little confusing sometimes. Waited too long to zoom in on that map or that sign. Let's see, got caught behind up on chat here. According to TrucksBook rules, it is forbidden to use the active mode of the lane keeping assistant feature in the game. Right, that's a recent change. Yeah, what Shorty said. Plan your fuel stops and drop pins on them as needed, and that will help you to avoid running out of fuel. I try to start each run with a full clock and full fuel tanks, or nearly full. That's part of trucker route planning. Plan your drive and drive your plan.
I'm back.
Welcome back. I read that. I think I'm caught up. Except for Clarence.
I didn't hear you talk about pilot's comment there. Should have rerouted. Forgot about the Cali 55.
Yeah, I didn't read it out loud. Read it in my head. Since we're not married, you can't read my mind. Looks like they've added a lot of. This is ProMods Canada, so it looks like they've added a lot of, or a few more rest stop areas. Hey, we're coming up on Salmon Arm.
Says I normally do plan. This time I didn't plan as well.
And what did it get you? We all been there.
He had 3 detours.
Oh yeah, too. Yep, sometimes you just have to adjust your plan according to the circumstances. "78 miles to go." I missed the sign that said right lane ends. As you can see by my little mini map on the lower right corner, I've been all over this area in the past.
Wiz just turned in the 2,048 miles.
Nice.
Clarence reports the likes are up to 43. Wim says 1,305 hardcore points.
Nice. That's gonna get us there. I mean, we need lots of hardcore points. Beat pass RG Bargy. I I think we stand a pretty good chance of beating them tomorrow or passing them tomorrow. If we don't do it, even if we do it today, because they'll pass us again. But we've got the convoy tomorrow, so there'll be a lot of hardcore points from that.
Sound Fix this says you're making good time, almost to Revelstoke.
Yeah. Hey, there's some snowy mountains.
It says they've got a 6-man crew running right now, so yeah, we got to keep pace.
Wow.
Wiz is just going for first place.
While we're on the topic of hardcore, Pilot made a suggestion earlier this week that I really like about creating a new role for top hardcore driver each month. I like that. And I'm thinking about it for overall as opposed to each game. I don't know, what do you guys think? Those of you who are in the VTC, this will be unique to folks in our virtual trucking company and that do hardcore. What do you think? We're still driving on roads I've discovered before, so I'm wondering where this is. Let me look at the map real quick. Oh no, I've never been up this road. At what point? It must have been right here. This must be as far this direction as I've been in the past. Okay. Yeah. Trans-Canadian Highway. Highway 1. Go ahead, Lurch.
Victor says, I like that idea. Willie says, so let it be written, so let it be done.
Okay, Pharaoh. Now it started this month.
Shorty says it would be great incentive to get more hardcore drivers.
That was the idea. To get people to chase after that particular thing. People that are already doing hardcore. Let's take a look with the camera here, shall we? Because this is, except for the fact that it's cloudy.
Treasure says, chase after what?
Top hardcore driver.
Wiz says, do we get a badge for it?
Yeah, that's what a role. Special role, like when you get top driver now in ATS or Euro Truck. Pretty cool. Limit 70. I don't remember what that is. 43. Okay, we're good.
Says there is the Three Valley Lake Chateau.
Is that what that is?
Yep. says the top VTC on TrucksBook has 489 drivers. Treasure says, oh, you mean chase the 5-star delivery for a delivery? Or rating for a delivery?
Yeah, top. Welcome to Revelstoke. Yeah, what we're talking about is having a new role each month, or a role for the person who gets the most hardcore points in a month. The question is, it sounds like people want to see this. So the question is, do we do it for overall or do we do it by a game? We're just moments away from delivery. Ah. I kind of like that view. That's
Says
cool.
I think you go overall since the points are the same for both games.
Well, they're not. I think you can look up the rankings. I mean, you can look up the rankings overall, but you can also look up by game. But I don't really want to do a bunch more roles. I have to create these roles every month. And you guys don't know this because you don't see it, but I have to wade through all these all the time. It's nothing to create them, but even if I just did it overall, that's 12 roles each year that we're adding to the overall stack of roles.
As when you go to the hardcore leaderboard, it's by points, not game.
But you can go to, there's a different screen you can go to, which I use when I'm doing the month-end stuff. You can differentiate that. You can filter it by game.
That place on the left there is the place where Virtual Railfan has their cameras mounted in Revelstoke.
Oh, really? That's cool. Let's get up top so we can see these mountains. And they got a bunch of roundabouts here.
Treasure says, just noticing you use a mod that makes truck accelerate downhill.
No. It reduces the rolling resistance. This the way we're going? Doesn't make it accelerate. It just reduces rolling resistance. Theoretically, it treats it more realistic. The mod maker claims that in the base game, there's too much rolling resistance. I don't know if he's right or not. It's actually something I'm in the process of testing. Because I've never really had a problem with my truck gaining speed going down hills, especially if I have a lot of weight. But I'm going to be testing this, or I'm in the process of testing it to see if I agree with that. Oh, this is interesting. I'm going to back into this area here to the right. I thought I was going to be somewhere on the left. And downhill.
Yo, 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 Grandpa, boom, boom.
How you feeling, Rashid? Any better? Okay, something doesn't feel right. That's fine. Go back to this mod that I'm testing. What I really want to do to test it is to grab a load out of Ontario, Oregon, and head west and go down Cabbage with the mod, and then monitor my speed as I'm going down Cabbage Hill. And then go back to Oregon or Ontario and get an identical load and do it again without the mod. See how it goes. Okay. 1552.
He's just coughing up all kinds of yellow crap.
Thanks for sharing that graphic. But that's probably a good thing. It means it's busting loose. We're still in 13th place. Even with that. Oh my God, Road Warriors took off. After delivering this load and Wiz delivering his 2,000 miles. Wait, is mine actually registered yet in TrucksBook? They're still 2,500 miles ahead of us. Let's see how it looks now that I've.
Yeah, 4.4 stars and 989 points.
Well, that's good. So 458. So now we are 1,000 miles behind them. Yeah, they are definitely watching us. I need to find a place to sleep trigger right here. Well, and then fuel. Oh, there's a, what do you call it? One of those things. Viewpoint. So at some point I need to make this drive. That's cool. Hey, can I go straight through here? Like a slightly different route? Yeah, that other company is definitely paying attention to us. What is this guy doing? Bonehead trucker. Oh, while I'm thinking about it, where's that place you were talking about? Is that back here? Did you come into town?
I think you'll go, if you stay on the route thing, you'll go past it.
Well, I'm thinking it's
The
this
Revelstoke
right here.
Railway Museum.
You see what I'm pointing at? I think it's this.
It'll be on the right side as you're going back, though.
Yeah, that's on the right side. So did I get that in for on TrucksBook? Did that get in for Saturday? Because TrucksBook has rolled over to Sunday just minutes ago. Oh, nope, that's it. Can't go there, apparently. Or can you? Well, it's not a sleep trigger, so no, you can't go there. Well, that's too bad. Well, at least I can get a picture of it. Not a very good framing. No, this place I'm going to is farther out of town, I guess, or on the other side of town. Did anybody answer my question about whether my load counted for Saturday or Sunday on TrucksBook?
See one in the chat.
I mean, I can look it up later.
The Discord post was right at the cutoff time, so I don't know.
Okay, so that would be Sunday.
Victor says Sunday.
It doesn't matter. I was just curious. It only matters that it counted. What a beautiful scenery this all is. Anybody see what that sign said back there? Ah, I wonder if it says no trucks. Please limit your stay to 8 hours. Sorry, gotta have 10. Oh, that's what it says. No trailer drop-offs or bobtailing. Oh, okay. So coming in the way I am is fine. So it says limit your stay to 8 hours, but which means that Canadian driver regs are different. But I have to do 10 hours. And it's going to be even longer than that because I'm going to advance the clock to 10 p.m. And then I'm going to sleep for 10 hours. I wish I could sleep for 10 hours. Oh my God. I can't remember the last time I ever did that. Seems like 5 to 6 is about average. Okay. Well, Revelstoke. Oh, we got a viewpoint up here. I wanted to go see. I assume you guys want to see it. So we'll get fuel while I'm there. So let's have a look at this viewpoint over here. How convenient this light would change for us just in time. Truck's got to carry chains if you go that way. Is that a hidden road? That is a hidden road. Oh, it only goes up a little ways. Darn it. A lot of traffic in here. Revelstoke. So you say there's a YouTube channel that has a webcam?
Yep,
A live
virtual
stream?
rail fan.
You watch it often?
Not too often, but from time to time. Have cameras all over North America.
Huh. Well, where's that fuel at? That's at headquarters. Oh, and there's fuel right here. Okay. Well, that's an old school harvester. I'm just gonna come over here and park, and then we'll call it a day. We'll call it a stream. I didn't mind going over today because I've got there's no second stream today, so it seemed like a good opportunity to take a long drive.
Your permission, I could share a link in the Discord to the cameras that are there.
Yeah, why don't you put that in, where's a good place for that? TrucksBook just crashed again? That VTC has 10 drivers? Wow. I guess gamer chat, I'm just a little leery. Oh, you know what? There's a... I got the app on my phone. Well, I got the website on my phone. Is there a separate app on oh, you're talking about the TrucksBook client app. Okay, never mind. Man, that other company's pulled out again. They're now 5,000 miles ahead of us. They are cranking out some miles. They see us in their rear view mirror and they don't like it. I don't blame them. Yeah. Don't tip me, Ducky. What was I going to say? I forget what I was going to say, but I do want to look at the map. Oh yeah, the link. Discord. We were talking about Discord. Where is a good place to put that in Discord? Find Discord. Here we go. There is a place under Gamer Media. It's general photos and stuff. Nah, that's not it. Yeah, just put it in gamer chat and include a note that Boomer asked me to post this here for anybody who's interested or something along those lines. That should work. It's really would normally be crossing the line a little bit for that one rule. Even though it's not self-promotion. But it's a general interest kind of a thing for anyone who's interested in it. Anywho, oh yeah, so what I'm up here, 69.9%. Yeah, I don't remember what I was when I started today, but it was less than that. So I covered a lot of ground. We started up here in Little Gold and took a load down to Haines Junction. And then from Haines Junction, we drove the connector road all the way down here to Promots, Canada, to Revelstoke. And that's where we sit. In Canada, like Rick Rashid says. Don't post too many of those, Rick. Nightbot will get you. Anyway, that's going to do it for us today. I would like to thank you all for being here. Thanks for the coffee, Shorty. And glad you all stuck it out for this long drive. I've been thinking about doing a few long runs on live streams this year. So, like, longer than this even. So what are we at here? We're at 3 hours, over 3 hours. So, okay, let me pull that up and get my hard drive spooled up. I'll get a delay. And that's it. Thanks for being here. Thanks for leaving a like and sticking it out with us. And we'll see you all next weekend. Some of you will see you in the convoy tomorrow.